your life here. Okay, so that's one idea. You can do it like that. Okay, so what does this question require you to know? Your strengths. It requires you to know your strengths. Because then some of us have memorized and some of us don't. It requires you to know at least two of them. And then don't forget, the last part of the question is how you apply these. The talent, we just talked about this, talent times investment, knowledge, plus skills, experience, equals strength. Yeah, so that could be your third paragraph. So you can see it's not completely clear how you're going to get 3, but once you start going into it, that's what it is. And this is how you relate it to your life, because this question is asking how you have applied the formula to those strengths. So you're relating that. What was that question? Go ahead. Okay.
Sure, ask her.
Sure.
Alright. Trust me, I'm gonna wanna see that you know the formula. So I'm hoping you can at least tell me your talent, you can tell me how you're investing, what knowledge you use, what skills you use, what experience you're using to form that into strength. So basically, take that and give an example related to knowledge, skill.
Does anybody in here have an activator as a strength? Awesome. Yeah, that's one of my strengths. I can give an example. So activator is one of my strengths.
Echo. Exactly. Now you know how it feels when you're out there trying to think and write it.
Is that spelled wrong?
Oh, you're right.
Awesome. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about it, then I'm going to talk about another one, and then I'm going to relate it to my life. So what's a talent? Because remember, Sister Deb distinguished between talent and strength. Right, that's the whole point of the strengths, is we're focusing on our strengths, not our weaknesses. But what is the talent versus the strength? Something you're good at, something you're already good at, that's related to your strength. So remember when we went through, and we like underlined the parts of the descriptor that related to you? Remember when you printed off the thing, and she had 3 woos read their first sentence and they were all different? Those are the talents, right? Yep, so when you went through, you were like, this one fits me, or that one doesn't. This one fits me, this one fits me. That was that, okay? So one of my talents related to activator is I like to get this so broad. Come on, Jen, I'm
A talent of an activator is when working or in group discussion, you're trying to push the group to do, not just to talk, but what is the action?
Okay, good. Thank you. So in group discussion, that's talent of activator. Activator is someone who likes to get things moving. They don't like, they have an idea and they want to act on it, they want to do it. Like, let's get that done, how do we make that happen? Let's make a plan for how we're going to make that happen. Let's go, go, go. Not, let's sit back and think about the best course of, like, I want to go. So, one of my talents in activator is in group discussions, I want to get people to do. So then, my knowledge about that. My knowledge about that might include a class that I took about group discussions, because I took a class on small groups, and it taught me about how some people need to do and some people need to sit and think, and it gave me knowledge about the dynamics of groups. So you're not going to have that example, but you'll have some sort of knowledge, something you know about your talent. And then my skills is, what do I have? Well, I'm a communicator. Look at this, is awesome. I'm relating to another strength. I'm a communicator, so that is a skill that I have that can help me because I can articulate to people that I want them to get moving and I want to help them and we should do this as a group. And experience, well, I have experience in a small group as a student senate secretary. I was in the group. I helped the people when we were in that group by helping them to do, and that's part of my experience. So then all together that is helping me develop my strength. So if you have your own, you pick your own, it's all personal experience. It's all personal, yes, experiences, examples. So you don't need to go study this, you just need to, when you write out your outline, you can put that right there. You can spend a couple minutes thinking, what knowledge do I have about this strength? What skills do I have? What experience do I have? And if you write that down, so then my outline for that might look something like talent. Groups do. Like that would be my word. And then my outline might say knowledge. What knowledge do I have about that? My class. And then I might say it was a math class last summer. Just to kind of like, or you might write the name of the class or something to know about the knowledge. So you can see I'm not writing out, but I'm giving myself like, I would remember what I meant by that when I write that. My skill, I am a communicator.
And the other for skill is pull the skills out of the descriptor.
Yeah.
You know, it tells you that in your descriptor on that guide.
So then I might write student senate for my experience. And then from this, so when you get to the test, you don't have to be like, oh, crap, what kind of knowledge do I have about that? You have it here. You just have to remember what your little trigger words mean.
What's the difference between knowledge and experience?
Knowledge and experience. That is a wonderful question. Anybody have any ideas?
Knowledge is like how you might use your room. Experience is like
So knowledge is what after reading your strengths you might have learned.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're taking information and you made it into something you know about or you tied it to your learning, that's knowledge.
an experience is what you've been through.
What you've been through, what you did. It could, I mean, think about all your work experiences and,
Yeah.
you know, you got 100 of them that you use in class.
Yeah.
You might have talked about them when you wrote your At My Best exercise there, you know?
Or I could not use student senate from my experience. I could use at work when I worked at the ice cream shop. I was the person sitting in the back being like, are you guys really gonna sit there, or are we gonna get up and clean the bathrooms like we were told to? Like I was activating the group to do things, but that could be for a different talent too, because maybe it's not about group discussions, it's about groups being proactive and learning. I made that up, but you know, find your talents in the descriptors. If you can't find them, we live in technology age and you can get them back off of Gallup. So go back on the Strengths Quest website and log in. If you don't remember your login stuff, they'll send it to you. You know, like you forget your Facebook password, and then you can get back into it and print out all of these things again. All right. So questions again, or about different ones, or about this one, any of them. True? Oh, you haven't really. And is this on Mary Online? Study that.
I didn't know if that on there, but I can.
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Girl, you didn't say that?
I thought I did. I thought I lost it.
Okay. Well, if I could get in my office, I'd be happy to do
I'd
it.
give them mine, but I have my writing all over it.
I thought I threw my keys in there, but
Those are the last questions, just the rubrics, like how she's gonna grade it. So if you wanna look over like, you know, what's gonna be, you know.
Well, I'm glad I came.
helping you?
Yeah. Okay, so any other ones that you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna get 3 out of this, or I don't really know. Number 1 is really long, but does it make sense?
Do you mind if I have a pizza?
Yeah, absolutely. And some soda, go
I
for
don't
it.
really want soda. but-
Oh, I'm sorry that Cody drank all of the lemonade by keeping the bottle by him. But I can also see that I was trying to be nice and get something diet in case people wanted it, but apparently we're not a diet kind of class, so.
I'm gonna have some of that.
So we have to, for the first
You can make cranberry bread out of that.
Yes.
have to, describe what we meant by
This
Woo!
is why.
Kelsey carried it in, blame her.
Fine.
Okay, Jade, one minute.
All right.
For the first one, we have to basically describe to the uncle what we meant by saying learning how to learn.
Okay, read the, can you please read for everybody, not the first year student, but the part that starts with write an essay.
Number 4.
On number 1. Like it's the second to last line on number 1.
Oh, right,
Yep, go ahead.
right next to an answer to this comment. Make sure to discuss only techniques and styles actors, reading values, and special standards in your class.
So this question is a wonderful lesson on reading directions. Because you might read that first part about this crazy uncle guy and you're like, what am I supposed to answer? It's just a scenario about the uncle at Christmas and I'm very confused. But if you read the second part, it says write an essay and answer the uncle's comments. Discuss learning techniques and styles, active reading strategies, and intellectual standards. So that's specifically your response to the uncle. So if you're going to do 3 on that one's one of the easier. It says 3 things. You know what I mean?
I really like that question.
That's a good one. That's a good question.
Why do you think I picked that question? Because does the uncle say that? Who says that comment? You all say it. What's the point of this class? I don't understand. It's a waste of my time. I know all this. I'm glad you don't, Christian.
I never said that.
Because you're amazing. And you totally get it. But I have some others, maybe it isn't this class at all, but I have other people who say it all the time. And at least it's not chilly.
So what is
I'm
this,
just gonna hold this
or what is number 4 asking you to do?
Explain the connection between annotating, the intellectual standards, and paraphrasing concepts and things.
So first you need to know that about all of those different things, right? So when did we talk about annotating?
I can't find it.
Okay, that was closer to the beginning, and we got this.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Annotating?
I got that.
Okay, so you need to know what annotating, you need to know what are the intellectual standards. What is that? Annotating. For number 4, also for paragraph identification.
No, the handout.
Yes.
Like intellect, personality.
Intellectual, okay,
Oh, evaluate, yeah. Intellectual standards.
standards,
Intellectual standards, right?
yes.
Yeah, evaluate, right?
Evaluating?
That's what it said. Oh,
That's what they do.
Oh, they evaluate the
yeah.
piece of work, yeah. Okay, do you guys remember Jen draws this all the time?
Yes, right.
Okay, so this is the critical thinking, this is the whole critical thinking model. This is the critical thinking. We haven't gotten here yet, don't worry. This is the traits, the fair-minded thinker, empathy. We got on a racism conversation. That is not on this test.
I'll be on
So we didn't worry about that. And the last part about it is the intellectual standards. And that is, in short, what is this? In 1 4-word word. 1 4-letter word. I think this term, okay, are you guys confused by when we see intellectual standards, what is this? What are these things that we are talking about? These intellectual standards? Okay, somebody flip really quick to the intellectual standards tab in their binder. Okay, what's it say? Yeah, go to the next page. What are they? What are the intellectual standards? They're crap! Yes! So, this is why we need to be